Hi everyone, I am Paul Dangerfield, President of Capilano University, and I'll be answering some questions that you sent in to me via the CapU Student Life Instagram page. So let's get started. The first question, all dressed in black, and you've asked me, what is your plan for going into the next term with the possibility of online school? That's right, our summer courses will be offered online. There will be no in-person instruction for the summer. We've passed that possibility already. This is now the plan as part of our ongoing response to COVID-19. REIT 1010. And you're asking, when will the university be open? We continue to follow the direction of the provincial health authority and of course the province as well on how we are to operate as a university. Right now, the university will continue to offer all of its services online and remotely. And any resumption of in-service services or delivery will follow the guidelines of the provincial government. And right now, we don't have a date for that, and we don't know when that's going to be. However, we are working on it at the university and hope to get it out to you as soon as possible. Megan, you're asking, can graduates this semester rent the gowns and the hats so we can have your own ceremony? And the answer is yes, you can. They can rent them directly from a company called Gaspard, and I'll spell it G-A-S-P-A-R-D. So all you have to do is email gradsales@gaspard.ca and they can help you out. Why are the Bosa Center staff required to come into work and do inventory right now? Well, as a public post-secondary institution, the province has declared that we are an essential service. So what that means is our work must continue. And while we've managed to modify a good many of the jobs that are performed, we can't change all of them. Inventory is here on the campus, so that's where the work must be done. Next question is a fun one for me anyway, and it's from Larma Cato, if I've got that right, I hope. And your question is, what is my favorite TV show or movie? Well, I have to admit, I am a big fan of the Marvel series, but probably my favorite all-time movie is Blade Runner.
He say you Blade Runner.
Tell him I'm eating.
The original Blade Runner with Harrison Ford. Luf Goya, and the question is if we can extend the last day to pay fees. I guess that's the question you're asking. And of course I appreciate the question, but no, we cannot extend the fee payment deadline. It is April the 20th, 2020, and that is so that we can keep track of all our summer fees for the summer. Some of the students may qualify for a fee deferral, and I would encourage you to have a look at that and apply in advance. All you have to do is search fee deferral on the capilano.ca website for more information about that. Chang Master, and I guess that's Kevin. So Kevin, what you're asking me is whether we can have a rematch, and I'm assuming what you're referring to is our water pong game that we played earlier. Yes, you bet. Of course we can. I'm up for a water pong rematch. It could be a while before we're able to gear up the campus so that we can do it in person in a safe and social distance way, but of course we are. I'm also open to any suggestions you might have on how we do that remotely. The next question is Nathi, who's asking, why are we not reducing the fees during the pandemic? And I'm assuming you're referring to tuition and all of our fees. Well, the reason for that is simple, is our overhead and all our expenses are unchanged on whether we are delivering remotely or face-to-face, and the student fees are essential to supporting our operation. But if you are experiencing hardship, I would ask that you please consider applying for the emergency bursary funding, and you can learn more about that on our website. Grad Class 2020 from BNSS. And the question is, are admissions for high school students still open? And the answer is yes, they are. We continue to process admissions. Advising students is still open, and we're still, anyone who is considering CapU, we're there to support any of our newly admitted students as well, so that you can get ready for learning with us either over the summer or in the fall. Sandu, and the question is there any leadership role available for the summer? Yes, there is. Our student services continue to provide opportunities and services for students. It's just done remotely and online, and that's the way we're doing it. But you can definitely look into that. All you have to do is contact our student affairs team for more information. CapU DC. A fun question here is, have you ever worn mismatched socks to work? Unfortunately, the answer is yes, and that's because I'm colorblind. And so every once in a while I get the wrong two socks together. Fortunately, my wife and daughters help me out with that most days, but every once in a while, I admit, I do mess that up. All right, makeup by Sarah. So your question is, when should we be applying for student loans? Well, the answer is right now, anytime. You can be applying. Our financial aid staff can answer your questions related to student loans, emergency bursary funding. All you have to do is email them, and it's at finaid@capu.ca. Sathansky, with this quarantine, will there be a fee reduction for international students? I certainly appreciate the question, as I said before, but no, there will not be. I know that many students are facing financial challenges, and although we're not able to offer the fee reductions, I would definitely encourage any students needing financial assistance to apply for the emergency funding. PC or console? Well, regrettably, I don't do a lot of gaming myself, and so I'm not using either. I love to watch, but I'm not actually a gamer. So there you go. Next question comes from Hastajawalwa, if I got that right. When will we open a campus in New Westminster, Burnaby, or Surrey? Wow, just so you know, our focus right now is on providing online teaching and learning, and that's what we're doing. We've shifted. In the future, it is going to be possible that this may help students overcome some of the challenges that they're faced in commuting to our campuses. So our next question is from a goofy gal, and she is asking, will the psych department be getting a lab for the fall term when the BA gets approved this June? If not the fall, when? That's a good question, a great question. I'm glad you're excited as I am about our plan to offer a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology. We're still in the process of applying to the government to add this program, and our application does include a space for a lab. Despite what's going on with COVID-19, we are moving ahead with our submission, but the process does in fact take some time. We don't expect that to be completed in the fall of 2020, but the lab is in the plan. Will the university open up more courses for the summer term since they have so many long wait lists? We love that there's so much interest in the courses for the summer, and although I would also love to be able to add all the courses we can, we do have to balance that with the demand with this instructor availability. Please know we are doing our very best to meet the demand and to load as many courses as we possibly can. The next question you're asking is for students and employees who bought parking passes for their vehicles. Will they be getting partial reimbursement for the months they already paid for but can no longer use? My understanding is that you might be eligible for a partial reimbursement. It depends how far you are into your annual pass. Check out the e-permits page on parking services on the Capilano University website, and that should give you the information you need on refund policy. Or what you can also do is contact West Park directly, and they're the one who manage the parking services for the university. And their website is capilanou@westpark.com. Will IT employees get the tools they need to help students like me who will be taking online courses over the summer? And the answer is yes. In making the adjustment to offer many of our CapU student services online, we are getting better and better at supporting our students and their online studies. It's something we're working on every single day. Any student who does need additional assistance, you can reach out to IT and other learning support services listed on our website at the COVID-19 FAQ website under campus services. Okie dokie. Why is the university not providing masks and gloves as essential tools to the security? Our security guards are gone a contract service, and they are employed by Paladin Security. They are the ones responsible for supplying their personnel with the protective equipment. But the university does supply masks and gloves and also the protocols for when they are to be used. And we're doing that in alignment with the public health officials. So your next question is can some basic resources be provided in the cafeteria, such as staplers, hole punches, etc.? Thanks for the suggestion. That's an interesting idea, and it's definitely something that we can and will look into. Right now, these would be considered shared or uncontrolled resources and require additional touch points that would need to be cleaned before each use. So it's just a matter of us figuring out the appropriate protocols that follow the direction of the public health officials. Okay, Becky, you're asking the question if we will be back in school in September. Well, the short answer is yes. It just is not going to look exactly the same as what we're used to. And I know everyone is eager to get back to some semblance of normalcy. As I mentioned before, any resumption of in-person services, including in the classroom or any of the services we deliver, that has to follow the guidelines of the provincial government and the health authorities. Right now, we don't have a date for when that will be, but it is something we are working on, and I hope to be able to announce that very shortly. The next question is, how often do you wash your hands? Like that. Well, I think unlike everybody else, I seem to be doing it constantly, and it's certainly becoming second nature for what we all have to do. This is the last question from the Capilano Blues, and you're asking, how is he staying active and fit both mentally and physically during these times? One of the short answers is I'm just doing something every single day. We're fortunate to have a little gym downstairs in our basement that we use, and I have access to trails, so I'm doing some trail running. In fact, I'm going to go on a trail run a little bit later this afternoon, and doing some road bike as well. All of that, so the physical health, of course, contributes to the mental health, but I have to admit, I'm doing a little bit of yoga and meditation as well on the side, and that seems to be helping balance everything out. So thanks everybody for all your questions. I do appreciate the opportunity to have a chat with you. And a big shout out to Student Life for bridging this connection for us. I guess I'll say goodbye for now, and looking forward to seeing everybody either virtually or in person as soon as possible. Take care, everybody. Thanks.